Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started. One story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link. The power of we was a way of inclusion, a way of inviting anyone who needed or wanted a place to belong.
It was just very clear to me that this was something that would really benefit the young folks right here.
And to be able to give them a different perspective, that I know where they come from, I know what they're experiencing because I was there too, and letting them know that there's different actions that they can take that'll lead to a different destiny.
We really needed to hear that. In order to change our community, we needed to hear that.
And they are inspired to invest in making it happen. That's powerful.
Oh my goodness, I thought I had a zit and something stuck on my screen. I was like, good morning. How? Yeah, that's what I thought. You know, at 60, almost 60, if I were to get a zit, I'd be telling, look what I got. That's right. I'm not kidding you. Right? That's better than a liver spot. Do you remember when I was a little kid? My grandmother used to buy this stuff called porcelana, and there was a commercial. Every time she'd see it, she'd say, I got to get me some more of that. To go on the commercial, the woman would be rubbing her hand. She'd go, oh, these unsightful liver spots. But what's a woman to do? And they'd go, porcelana. And my grandma would run right out to the store and get some. So funny. She'd go to the Kroger's and get it.
funny, the things we remember. I remember you, and I remember we were together just the other day, Friday. And here we are again. Isn't it wonderful? How was your weekend? We're here today to have an illuminated conversation, to share with each other, to pour into each other, and to allow ourselves to be poured in by others. You know, it's that time every day where we fulfill that promise that says that when two or more of us that have the same mindset, heart set, soul set come together just to be together, guess what? You got it. Wonderful things happen. And this is no mistake. This is not just luck. This is purpose. And that's the bell of purpose. Did you hear it? I just rang it one more time. Now, not a gimmick, not a show prop. It's an opportunity. It truly is. It's a reminder that when we hear that bell, there's some truth out there. And just like that bell, the truth will always, always, always have a ring to it. So follow your instincts, follow the sound of truth. Let it lead before you. So what is greater than you can walk before you, stand beside you, and bring up the rear, because you all know there's always going to be something we don't see coming. Can I get an amen? All right. Power We Symposium, of course, you all know, coming up April 28th. We've got, I don't know. I'm not even going to start guessing. We've got some in-house tickets still there, but here's the good news. Just put up last Friday, pay-per-view, bit the bullet. Yes, I did, because I want you to experience this anointed experience with these kids. 283 of them are coming. We have these kids coming, the Grammy Award-winning Soul Children of Chicago, with their leader, Dr. Walt Whitman. You see him there in the middle. 40 years this group has been together. These kids' parents, many of them, have been in there, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful thing. Remember last time we were in Atlanta, this was the Atlanta Biltmore Ballrooms, where another 250 kids showed up, and we celebrate. That's what we do. There's Mark Haddis. When you see no difference, you become the difference. We are all of the human race. And just remember that every child prays for someone to hold on to. I know I did for many years, being shuffled through the foster system. And I know many of you can relate, no matter where you were and who you were with. There was always that time when we were a child where we felt that no one saw us and that the world literally had us on mute. So think back to that one person who said that one thing or did that one act of kindness that gave you something to hold on to, and you can be that. So get over to powerofwesymposium.com, won't you please? And on there at the very top, can't miss it, says tickets. You can get your in-person ticket or your $27 all-day full VIP access pass for everything happening from the Rooted to the Tuda. There it is. So we've got John Ozuna back here today. And, you know, I think I've been saying his name wrong all these years. Remember him? Don't he look like a little Ralph Macchio? Don't he, though? And I'm looking at him backstage. He looks exactly like that. And I bet you, look at that. Yeah. Come on, hit that, Will Smith. Slap that. I want to see you slap that. Right. I'm just kidding, Will. Don't do it. Oh, let me get him in here. I wrote my first Will Smith joke, and I'm going to get it in here. I did. I wrote it this morning because I needed something industry related for John Ozuna. Man, you guys, The Matrix, just all kinds of movies. We're going to go through it. I'm going to show you some stuff. As a matter of fact, why don't we start with that? Because he's modest. I don't want him blushing and stuff when he comes in here. So I'm going to just get this out the way. You guys want to see some of his work? I have his sizzle reel. You'll see. Here we go. This is who's here. Get it. I was going to say that same thing.
Now. You really want to do this? You want to die? Really, Nat? Really? I guess that's not a good night to be a cop.
You know what?
Think about moving.
You can tell he can't fight. Not John, the other guy. I whoop him.
So I can take care of myself.
Trying to locate my sister. She was taking classes here.
I'll do what I can to help. I'm mentally in. Then you're ready. You're taking revenge. Justice.
I've been moving all this to a state.
Not a Volvo. I drive. Uh-oh. Like a wow wow. Oh, wrong kind of movie. Here we go. Here we go. One of my favorites. Watch this. Watch this. He loved himself some guns. And bullets.
Justice.
And leather.
You should pay for what you've done.
You need to stop hiding things from me and tell me what.
So which is worse? To die as a good man? Or live as a monster?
Okay, I wonder how many people he's killed. In the movies, of course. Come on, y'all. Listen, put your hearts together. He's been here before, but we always try to get him in here when the movies are fresh. This movie, The Bouncer, his latest, comes out in a couple months, but guess what? Let me see. Is there anything else I want to show? No, he's here today, you guys. Put some hearts on the screen. Put your heart into today's conversation because we don't get this opportunity with John every day. So let's make the most of it, shall we? Here he comes, John Ozuna.
Hey, Lauren.
How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Wow, that's a hell of an intro.
I know. Don't look now, but there's a tough guy looking over your shoulder.
Yeah. There's a few people back there.
What's that feel like, seeing yourself over your shoulder? Oh wait,
it's funny. I just kind of looking over.
Okay.
I wouldn't normally have pictures of myself hanging on the walls, but it's artwork.
I have.
Well, for you, it looks good.
It's a set. I get it.
It's artwork. I've had some wonderful people that are magnificent artists that said, "Hey, would you mind if I drew a picture, if I put a pencil to paper and drew a likeness of you?" And I said, "I'm honored. Of course, that would be great." And a lot of what you see back there are people that have just taken a pencil to
Really?
paper and created artwork, and it's amazing.
I let that happen one time. Chad and I were in New York City, and one of those caricature people.
Yes.
And I'm not kidding you. The girl, I wanted to kill her because when she was done, I looked like a Shar-Pei with a hat on. I'm not kidding. I was like, and you have a peddler's license.
Exactly. Is that who I look like? Exactly.
I'm not a movie star. You are. Tell everybody, say hello. I'm going to give you the floor. Take off. Tell them where you're at in the world. Give them a little backstory and a little bit about where Little John.
Yeah. So my name is John Ozuna, and I'm just honored to be here with you, Lauren, because you're really magnificent. What you do, the way you approach it, the passion you have for it. I love it. I love it. I live all the way over here in the Bay Area, San Jose, California.
More about me.
You got it. And that's all you need to know about me. I've been very fortunate that I've been successful in the industry. I've had the great fortune. I got to get you a new reel because all that stuff is like old stuff. So I got to
damn in it. That movie, I can watch that movie over and over and over. I love that movie.
I'm glad. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for checking it out. I appreciate it. But I'm been in martial arts for 41 years of my life. All my life, and through that time, I've dedicated myself to my own personal training, my own personal development, my own seeking and chasing my own goals within the martial arts.
What was
You
it
know,
like
I've
for you? What was it like for you, John, as a kid? What were
you
you
know
thinking? I mean, did you say to yourself back then, "When I grow up, I want to be a movie star"?
it's funny. It all starts. Everybody has their inspiration. Everybody has their epiphany. Everybody does. There's something that they saw. There's a person that they met, somebody that they spoke to, that changed the course of their life. And it's funny because even if you push it away a little bit
Yeah.
and say, no, 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 that's not me, it will find you. It
Mhm.
will look for you and say, hey, wait a minute, I'm here. I'm here. You forgot about me. I'm who you're supposed to be. And like many people who were of my generation, Bruce Lee was a huge influence. I remember the first time I had ever seen him. My parents used to take my brother and I to drive-in theater, and I think we watched like a spaghetti western with Clint Eastwood. We're leaving. We're taking off. We're leaving, and I'm in the back seat, and I'm looking at the back, and I see this amazing person flying through the air, doing these kicks and the fight scenes, and just charismatic, and and he's just. I was just drawn to it. I was going, who is that? And I begged my parents to take me to see Bruce Lee in his first movies, and Fist of Fury, The Big
Oh,
Boss, Enter the Dragon was obviously his biggest one, his last one. But
did
that
you wait? Do you remember playing Bruce Lee movies with your friends? Fist of
oh
Fury.
yeah,
Let's
absolutely, absolutely.
and
Fight
tell
scenes everywhere. It was just everything was just just hands and feet everywhere.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely, and what we do is we imprint ourselves in who we see ourselves being in the future.
Okay,
So I
yes.
want it to be that, and nobody will ever be that again. But to me, that drove my ambition of martial arts, my love for martial arts, and the entertainment industry, and they kind of go hand in hand. They do, because you can't have any action movie without some sort of martial arts in there. There's some sort of martial arts in it.
So let's talk about the martial arts piece for a minute, because I know you do a lot. You do more than just the movie stunts and whatnot, but you
Yeah,
do you train people, you do stuff with kids, and
absolutely.
so let's say this. Tell everybody something they might not know about the mindset or the world of martial arts. It's not just a bunch of physical strength,
Oh,
but it
absolutely
has
not.
some other components to it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. I've had my school for the last, my goodness, 30 plus years. It's called KO Kung Fu. We're out of San Jose. I've had the school, for that length of time. And to me, every single day that I'm there, it is a privilege to be there with the students, learning, being inspired. You can see the personal development. I've seen them I've seen them grow from children to adults, and to see the changes happen. But in martial arts, they always reference mind, body, and spirit,
Yeah.
because very simply, you can't live without those three components. You can't do anything without those three components. There are individuals in life that will say, you know what, I'm a sports guy, I'm a jock, and this is where my focus is, and that's what I'm passionate about. You get others that are very cerebral, and they'll say, you know what, sports is not for me. This is it's my mind that I really want to sharpen. But quite frankly, you cannot do anything without those three components,
No.
because it's your mind that's where we dream. That's where we see ourselves, doing things. That's where how we have our fantasies, our imaginations that run wild, in developing things that are unheard of, that we do
Right.
now and have now. It's our heart that provides the want. I've got to do it. I've got to have it. I've got to be it.
That's that It's interesting how it's all tied into internal
It
things. Like
is.
the fire in your belly.
Exactly.
What's in your heart. Let me ask you something. Because I got a whole bunch of trivia stuff for you. And you just came back from Romania. We want to talk about that because you told me earlier that you almost didn't get home. So we want to cover all of that. But first, I have the proud debut of my first ever written Will Smith joke. Okay. Are you ready? Are you guys ready?
Go, do
I
it.
tested O'Brien, but he thinks everything I say is funny. I was like, honey, I think I wrote a joke. First time he goes, you did? I said, yeah, because we listen to Alexa's stupid, corny jokes every day. And so I guess anyway, here goes. So, what type of movie, what genre movie will Will Smith's next Oscar nomination be for?
I don't know. What genre of movie will Will Smith's nomination be for?
Slapstick. Brian said it was clever.
Top 10 Will Smith joke. Top 10.
I think that was good.
I think it was very good.
Slapstick.
Very good, buddy. Very good.
And if there was an African-American version, I'm doing this one right here on the cuff, y'all. I'm on a roll. If there was an African-American musical of the Flintstones on Broadway, what would the new character be?
I don't know.
Oscar. Wait a minute. Damn it. Wait a minute. Here it comes. Okay. Oscar Slaprock.
Wow.
Okay. See, I should have practiced that one. Anyway, you know what? I have a new respect for comedians and
multi-talented. You are multi-talented.
Do you know any comedians?
Yeah, I do. Yeah,
aren't they amazing people?
Oh, that's bravery on top of bravery to jump on stage or whatever venue they're in. Yeah, and to try to, I mean, look at the pressure. The pressure is enormous. You know, anybody that does that, hats off to them. I mean, wow.
I'm ready to fight.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of fighting, how many broken bones have you had in real life? Your whole life?
Okay, so let me see. You know, I have a deviated septum from fighting. My nose, almost all my fingers in my right hand have been broken
at one time.
Yeah, and that's for sport fighting. I broke most recently. I broke the metacarpal in my hand. In fact, it's the funniest thing. It's funny, but it wasn't funny.
I was gonna say I don't think I'm funny in that, but go ahead.
It was filming. I was filming, and we were doing this stunt. The director goes, and it was me, with another stunt guy, and we're doing this really intricate, complicated fight scene where there's a bunch of hands and moving around and all this stuff, and the director says, "Go as fast as you can, do it." And we hadn't really worked in it that much. We just kind of glanced through it. He goes, "Go as fast as you can." So we went for it, and I'm here throwing all these punches, and he's throwing punches back, and we're blocking and striking, and I threw this big, heavy hook that he was supposed to duck underneath, and he didn't duck. He forgot. So I hit him square in the cheekbone. Now he went down, and I'm here. Hey buddy, are you okay? Are you okay? Because he went straight down. But the whole time I'm going, okay, that hurt. And because you heard a snap, and they replayed the video footage, and you see the contact point, and you hear a snap, and that's my bone.
That was your bone.
It snapped right in half.
Ew. Okay, TMI. No. So, let's go over here.
Let's skip to something else.
Right. Okay, wait. How many stitches have you had in real life?
Oh, wow. Okay, so oh my God. I think right here underneath my chin, I have a scar. And it's all, through my martial arts, for the first 2 weeks of starting martial arts, I was involved with tournament competition. And most of what I did was fight, so I did full contact fighting, and I did it throughout my career. And I was able to do it regionally, in the California area, but all over the nation. And then I was able to go all over the world, all of Europe and Asia, and fight in those areas, and up against the best in the world. So I was on the USA team that fought against, the best in their countries.
Wow.
And in the process, you training or fighting, I mean, you get hurt no matter what, win or lose. You always getting hurt, so it just happens.
John, one of your super fans is here.
Who is that?
You know who it is.
Oh yes, Janet. Yes.
Jeanette Ramos. Hi, Jeanette. Yeah, Jeanette will be here in Chicago on April 28th. And John's going to put on one of our Power of We t-shirts, you guys, and do a shout out for the kids. So put some hearts on the screen for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
absolutely.
Try to get an autographed picture out of him. You guys.
Yeah.
Put the pressure on him. Let's do this. Want to play a little game? I'm going to throw some of the pictures we found dating back to third grade with you. And we're not kidding. We do not. Wait, I want to get that off the screen. That's a comment. Let me get rid of that. I don't want to get in the way of your pictures. So, John, you started when you did your very first acting outside of stage and, like school, elementary.
Yes. Yeah.
Your first professional acting, like I don't know if you were wavered into SAG or whatever. What was the role and how old were you?
Wow. It's, let me think. I guess, again, I've been doing this for quite some time, but the first, I want to say, credited part that I had was it was with, it's a movie called Enter the Fire. It stars Ian Lauer and Lou Ferrigno. So Lou Ferrigno's in this movie. Yeah. So Lou Ferrigno's in this movie. So I had a great opportunity to meet, one of my heroes. I mean, he was really an amazing, back in the days from Pumping Iron with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah. So I knew of him from a long way back.
Did he have a hearing impairment?
Yeah, he does. So that's one of the wonderful things is that, we all kind of know that he is, he's deaf.
He's deaf. Yeah.
But he does read lips.
Just amazing.
And so, so you and Lou Ferrigno is, he's 6'5". He's a massive man. And even at age, my goodness, I think he's almost 70. He looks in incredible shape. He's got great genetics. He's always taking care of his body.
When was the last time you saw him?
I'm sorry?
When was the last time you saw him?
Wow, it's been a few years back. And so he, he's 6'5", and I am not 6'5". So we're like this to one another, and he's reading my lips, and my head's, just kind of like this looking at him. But Enter the Fire was probably the first credited role that I had, and it's just taken off since then.
Well, yeah, duh. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pop a picture up here to see they'll pop on the screen and cover us up. Tell us where you are and what are we looking at?
Wow. So this is the movie The Bouncer. So that is my latest movie. We filmed that one in Romania, and this is just me literally just walking through a fight scene with this guy. This guy's taking a full kick right in the midsection.
It looks like he's really got contact there behind.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. These guys were great because, they were not afraid to get hit. I did the fight choreography as well. So basically made it up on the spot and then rehearsed it just a little bit, and then we filmed it. And, and needless to say, you always have a little mishap. So just, maybe a little too hard of a hit and got the wind knocked out of him and stuff like that. It happens.
I know what I want to ask before we look at the next photo. Yeah. In your trailer, the old one, I saw a lot of guns because those are kind of, you got that face. They're going to put you can play all those mobsters, everything. You can play so many different ethnic groups. We're going to talk about that.
Thank you.
But you remember what happened with Bruce Lee's son?
Yeah.
Brandon.
Yeah.
And the gun and the and then again with Sheen.
Yeah.
So how do you feel now? What's the vibe like now when you're on a set and there's a firearm or
So
actually armed?
so that's, I mean, it really has changed the industry. And I mean, since Brandon Lee, it really changed the industry, because that was just such a horrible misfortune. And in that particular situation,
Yeah.
they were dealing with blanks, which still has a discharge.
Yeah.
So there's a certain amount of feet that you can stay a distance away and you'll be safe. But if you're within that distance, it's a projectile, so it can penetrate the body if you're close enough. So it's very dangerous. We did have guns um, in we did have guns in the bouncer, but the director reassured us that everything would be CGI. So there
What's
was
that?
zero ammunition of any sorts
What
on.
does CGI stand for?
Okay, so that's the special effects. So that would be the special effects where they take care of that in post production, and they'll digitally add the discharge of the gun, the fire, exactly, and then they add the sound effects. And quite frankly, it's less expensive to do it that way. Technology is at a point right now where it looks more real. So
But you
it's
still got to make your arm look. When they shoot
oh
a gun,
yeah,
it makes you still got to do that.
exactly. Yeah, you have to have the kind of a kickback. So when you're holding the gun and you do shoot, you have to have that little kickback
Do you
to
go
sell.
shoot real guns? So get out of here, Nat. Do you?
Yeah.
Hold on. I got a new thing. Somebody, Jade Phoenix told me, Nat, I do not want to send you into the light, but I will if I have to. Go fly somewhere else. I free you. She told me don't just automatically kill him.
Exactly.
You don't want to send him into the light.
Give him a choice. Give him a choice.
Right. So do you do that? Do you go and learn if you know you're gonna say, for instance, you had to use an Uzi and you'd never had? Would you go and try to feel what that feels like somewhere? Can you do that? Just so you know what your body's supposed to do?
So these guys, I have been on sets also recently where they do use blanks. So there's no difference between when you use a blank and you shoot that. There's no difference between that and shooting a real bullet. A real bullet. I got to be honest with you. I do not like guns.
Me either.
Period. I don't like guns. I don't own a gun. For those that do, that's fine. That's fine. But I personally have had bad experiences with guns in terms of being on the other end of a gun. And real life experiences where somebody's trying to take my life and trying to shoot me and trying to kill me. And so I
What'd
just
you say? Did you say somebody tried to take your life?
Yeah.
Real life.
Yeah.
What a gun.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Two different occasions, two different parts of the United States. Somebody pulled out a gun. Yeah, somebody pulled out a gun, ready to shoot, and and that's when martial arts saved me.
Okay, I was gonna say clearly they didn't know who they was with.
It's in a situation like that. You've got to be close to the person. You've got to be really close to be effective. Otherwise, you got to get away. Move yourself erratically so make it difficult.
Did you do something?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I was in a situation where somebody pulled a gun on me, and I had to respond, and ended up knocking the gun out of the person's hand, knocking the person down, and then getting out and leaving as fast as I could. Another situation, same thing. It's so much thing happened. I didn't check to find out. We go, hey, is it broken?
That's right. That's
so what did I do to you?
I'd be halfway down the block and I'd hear him roll, and I'd go back, kick him one last
exactly.
That's when he grabs my ankle and it's a whole new thing. No, but wow, that's a whole other thing. Let me ask you this. Now that you've been in front of the camera for so many years, have you started getting that itch that so many of you do that you want to be behind the camera, or has that already happened?
It's to a degree, to a degree, I was able to experience that for the first time in this last one, the Bouncer, because I came in as a producer as well. So
Wow.
yeah, I took that step. It was a great opportunity. It was an opportunity to actually have a little bit more say so in how certain things went. It was an opportunity to express a little bit more creative uh, input on certain things. So it gave me that flexibility of being able to do that. So I had a lead role on this. I played a character named Frank Sharp, and the premise of the movie is you have this guy Frank Sharp who's an American, and through his life he sees women being battered, including his mother.
Oh.
So his mother was beaten by his father and his stepfather, and so he saw this, and it was his trigger to save women that were battered. So
Oh.
in he had to flee the United States because he ended up taking somebody's life that was trying to kill a lady, and that meant something to him. And
Was he like
and
a vigilante?
so yeah, a little bit. So that's his trigger. So he left the country. He finds himself in Romania, but he also finds himself in the same situation where women, it's a big emphasis on human trafficking, and a big emphasis on what happens to women when they're pulled into that situation, and he's there to try to make a difference, and he's there to save one particular young lady. And that's where his special training comes in, his martial arts and his ability to and he's also a marksmanship, his marksmanship for handling a gun. So he knows what to do, and of course he is going after will be the Russian mob over there. So
that's not very smart. Even I
yeah,
know.
exactly. He doesn't know that, but yeah, and then
Sharp.
yeah, it ensues from there. So it's action. It's just a lot of action. It starts fast, and there's action throughout the film into the end. So it's
It
just
comes out in 2 months, right?
yeah, it comes out about a couple months. Yeah, it's in post-production right now. It's almost finished. So I would say a couple months it should be out. So I've seen the trailer for it, which unfortunately I can't show the trailer because it's in the hands of the distributors. And
So is there gonna be a premiere?
yeah. So there'll be a
Like
premiere of sorts. It's not going to be a theatrical release, so it'll be in almost every streaming venue that you'll see out there. So I'll make sure that everybody knows about it.
Go to a thing where you get to like watch it and
Yeah, so they're trying to set something up in Hollywood actually, and so hopefully within the next couple of months or so, we'll have a screening in Hollywood.
Well, I'm just saying, in case it should fall through, I'll be happy to host a premiere here at my house with everybody in the cast. Right. So let's know. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying. I got plenty of Pop Secret upstairs.
You know what? I've never been over there. So I would love
over where?
To where you live.
Where is that?
You're in Chicago, aren't you?
Oh, I was testing you.
You're in Chicago.
You haven't been to Chicago. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, exactly.
They do a lot of shooting here. Chicago, Hope,
Exactly right. So I need a reason to go.
Well, you're welcome here anytime. So I'm gonna skip the commercial. Sorry, B8. I'll double up during the week. No worries. So tell us this. Here's I'm just randomly hitting. You talk about this. Oh, look.
Oh wow. Matrix.
Oh.
So Matrix 4. Yeah, I had the great fortune of working with some little known actor by the name of Keanu Reeves. Yeah, there he is. There we are.
God, my team here is so quick. That was me. Okay, go ahead. Yes. And
Yeah,
he's
so
looking
that's
at you. You're not looking at him. He's like, man, am I lucky to be in this movie with John?
exactly right.
I believe I'm in
So
a movie with John.
that's great because that's the first day of shooting. Keanu Reeves and I had some dialogue that we're doing right before we went into that scene, and that was actually caught by the paparazzi. So that I had no idea that that picture was even taken. By the end of shoot day one, it was plastered throughout the social media saying that Keanu Reeves is in San Francisco shooting Matrix 4. And that's the picture that they were sending everywhere.
Nice.
And they just happened to catch us just right before starting the scene. Yeah. So worked on Matrix 4 for about 11 days. Was an amazing experience. Everybody that talks about Keanu Reeves being the nicest guy in the world.
They say it.
Well, he is.
Oh, I was like, Angel, spill that tea. No, but I know everybody says that. Every single person you hear talk about him says this.
Yeah, he's just very, I mean, he's just a grounded individual. And you can tell, he's very kind of a spiritual guy too. And he embraces, life's philosophies and lives them. And he treats everybody with kindness and respect and if somebody wants to come in and take a picture with them, I mean, he's pretty protected, while we're on set, but
of course.
He doesn't hesitate to take a selfie with somebody. He's really great about that.
That's nice. So we got a question.
Yeah.
Here. So can we get an autographed copy of this to give away to one of the kids?
Absolutely.
Really? Y'all heard it.
Absolutely. It'd be my honor. I will hand deliver it.
Oh my God! What?
Possibly. You never know.
Play with me. Okay, go ahead. Listen, okay. I'm just gonna wait on that one. But a kid would be great because we're gonna show your shout out to the kids, and then yes, that's awesome. Now I'm a little worried about you though, John, because of this. First of all, snakes and skeletons only surpassed by clowns in my world as the most scariest things ever. Seriously, I mean,
wow.
Clowns, don't ever play a clown. I'll never speak to you again. But
well, it was so that's Venom 2. So Venom 2, I played this like evil clown. So that was my.
Oh Lord. Okay, bye. I told him. I warned him. Wait. You guys. I mean, didn't I? I said clown. I said, do not say the C word.
Where'd I go?
Oh God, you can never spend the night in my house. You might turn into that thing. I have a thing about clowns. So what was that like? Totally different.
Again.
You. They don't even know it's you. So
exactly.
It's your like, where are you at? I don't see you. But Granny, that's me, the crazy clown.
It was great. It just I was in the first Venom and I played prison guard Johnson. That was my character's name, and I got a chance to work
Johnson.
Exactly. I got a chance to work with Tom Hardy, and we filmed in San Quentin. So in Venom 2, when I got the call back for Venom 2, they said, hey, we'd love for you to play this creepy clown. Would you want to do that? Absolutely. Again, worked with Tom Hardy, worked with Woody Harrelson. It was just great times.
He's really nice too.
Yeah, just again a regular guy, just a regular guy, just doing what he does best, and just really seeming like he's just loving what he does. So had a great opportunity there.
So John, when you do movies now, do you get like your own trailer?
Didn't
think I knew the lingo, did you?
It depends. It depends. It really does. It depends. They do treat you right. They do, and
do you at least get the chair with your name on it?
No. They don't go. They don't go. They don't go that far. They don't go that far.
Oh, that's it from the movie.
They don't go that far. But it's I've had the great privilege of having significant roles. You know, the last several films I've done, I've had the lead role for each film, and you know, they treat you well. They do. They just make sure that, you know, hey, can we do anything for you? Is there anything else you need? You know, and as long as I have my, you know, dozen donuts and Red Bull.
You do not. You know, you green tea and some hummus. All right, now, I've seen you without a shirt on. But I do want to ask you this. Speaking of not having a shirt on. So, and you can speak freely here. You're amongst friends, John.
Absolutely.
How many times, there's no question it's happened. How many times in your career have you found yourself glancing over and being offered what is otherwise known as C squared casting couch?
Oh, you know what?
I'm waiting to ring the bell. What's that magic number, Don? You know. Come on now. Tell the truth and spite the devil.
I've never been offered that. So I've never have. I never have.
You see, I said it. I've never been offered that. However,
no, it's you know, it's there.
No one's ever said
that's the thing, because you know, for guys, you know, for guys, it's just not really something that happens to a lot of the male actors.
That's why I never made it when I was out there. I was like, "What? You sure? Anybody here?" No, I didn't. Well, no. There's a lot of powerful women in Hollywood.
But you're right.
Men actors where they're like, well, you know.
Yeah, you are right though. It does happen. It definitely happens. And you know, I've talked to actors who have been offered that. They say, hey, you know, I'll offer you a role if you this, that, and the other. You know, that has not happened to me that I know of. I don't know what the conversation is behind. You know, it was never brought up to me. But you know, for female actors, you know, my goodness,
yeah,
it's just so. You know, if it's tough for guys, it's more difficult for ladies. It really is. You know, and it's. You know, it's. I think there's a lot more doors open for ladies, but it's just such more saturated. The you know, the ocean is
it's a lot. It's a lot.
There's a lot.
How, speaking of fame and stuff, fame and all the stuff that comes with it, because you know, people have their own definition of what famous is. And let's talk about that for a second. Do you ever sit down and wonder how much fame you would be willing to invite into your space before you'd say, okay, now that's enough. I'm good right there. I don't want to hide behind newspapers and wear baggy, floppy hats and stuff like that and run and can. I mean, would you want that level of fame where
I don't think anybody. I think everybody, and I don't care what we do. Everybody wants to be appreciated for the work they do.
Sure.
Regardless of what it is. It does not matter what it is. You just want to feel appreciated for the time that you put into it, for you know, the hard work you know,
would you ever want that level of fame where
you know,
you couldn't go?
I wouldn't want a level of recognition where I couldn't do stuff that I want to do. And you know, like going out, you know, to I love Disneyland and Disney World. So, you know, going there and enjoying, you know, just things that I like to enjoy, you know, go wherever, you know, just going wherever. You know, it's I can't fathom the amount of pressure and recognition that certain individuals get. Like Will Smith. Will Smith is one of them. You know, he's known all over the planet. Keanu Reeves known all over the planet. You know, they really can't go anywhere without being approached. And it's wonderful to be recognized and say, hey, how are you doing? I saw your project. I really liked your project, or I didn't like your project, whatever. And I always say, thank you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to seeing something that I was in. Thank
Right.
you for doing that. I really appreciate that.
Mhm.
I really do appreciate that because it's your time and you decided to do that.
Sure.
But then you'll have individuals that cross that line and they take it too far and they feel that there's that extra connection between you and them. And you could only be cordial so long before saying, you know what, this is not healthy. This is not
Yeah.
going in the right direction, where you have to really just cut them off.
Have you ever had to say no to a
Yeah,
role?
yeah, absolutely.
What
Yeah.
was that like? Because I
Yeah.
remember, I'm listening to me like I was in your head. I was gonna say, because I remember when you would have took anything. But I'm just saying. I mean, I'm sure at the front end you thought you could never see yourself saying no. It was so hard to get a yes. So talk about that. What was it that made you say no to a project?
You know, it's a balance. You know, it's choosing a project that will further your career, further your opportunities, where you might have greater viewership and you might have maybe more notable, co-actors working with you, or versus doing a short film, let's say, that might be going into the film festival circuit. It's kind of that balance between those two, and a lot of it is when I do projects, I'm committing to those projects. In other words, I'm signing a contract stating, okay, this I'm working for you during this time, and I will not take any other projects during that time. So each and every project, you have to establish that. So other offers will come during those times, and just unfortunately, you have to say, I'm committed to another project, and I have to really be focused on that.
Download. I just pulled it, that light bulb came right on. So you probably know people who are making movies.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal.
Yeah.
If you ever over here, you're hustling in the grocery store, their table around over there at dinner, and you hear somebody say, I sure wish I knew where I could get a guy to play. I wish I knew where there was a bald, black, 60-year-old man who could be a game show host or a motivational speaker or a talk show host in this movie. If that should ever happen, I would hope, John.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, you don't qualify, because it would be that handsome young man that has the great smile and personality.
There goes the shortest movie career in history. Right there, because I'm not getting hired for that.
It would be you, absolutely.
Okay, just say no, Don, and we'll.
But that actually brings up a really good point, Lauren, because we don't do this on our own. It's I have had people that have recommended me for roles that they. And it's and that's the wonderful thing, because they'll say, hey, I worked with this individual, he's a hard worker, great guy, just kind of go through the list. I recommend him for your project. So a lot of it has been by recommendations and word of mouth, and also just being, for lack of a better way of saying this, being a good employee. So you're in there, you're committed to the project. You give them your all. You may even make recommendations of how to bring out a little bit more, from a scene or out of the dialogue.
That's a good point right there. Bring it out a little more.
Yeah.
On that note, have you ever done nudity?
I have done shirtless.
That took too long to come out. No, my grandmama say, got caught on your tongue. What really is going on? Okay. So
have I been asked to do nudity? I have been asked. I have been asked.
Price is right, huh? Don't give the milk away. Don't give the milk away. Sell the milk, right? So what about this? Have you done like a hot, heavy romance scene? Kiss and all that stuff.
I have done a couple of kissing scenes. I have. So, and that's kind of a tough one. It's one of those where it's sometimes it's either written or not written on the script. And a lot of times what happens is the director will be there and will say, you know what, guys, we need to make this more significant. We need to establish a better, a tighter connection between these two characters. There's got to be something there that pulls them together. So they'll say, okay, we want to see this. And of course, they'll ask both of us, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
And for me, if she's not okay, then it's just a no. We're just not going to do that. But you'd be surprised how willing some of the actors are to do that. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure we watch for it all the time. My husband and I, we're sitting there. I don't even peel the orange at a time. Right out. Right. Just bite a piece right out. So let me ask you this. Last question and the most important one of the day.
Yeah.
As an actor, doing a whole bunch of close-up scenes and stuff, how important would you say to you is fresh breath?
Is what?
Fresh breath. Tell the truth.
Oh, wow.
Before you had a scene, I can tell. I look for him. I was like, his breath is funky. Look at her face. That is supposed to be going. What? Of course I'll marry you. And she's like, okay. So tell me, been in that situation?
That's absolutely. I mean, that's like one of the most important things. My goodness. Wow.
And there's people who don't do it. I've heard it all the time from actors.
It's especially when because when you're doing dialogue with somebody, it's not like you're invading one other space because of the framing of the camera,
yes.
Where it is. So you're literally like this, and you're doing take after take after take after take, and you're doing it from different perspective, different scenes, and you do it again and again and again and again. So each and every time you have to make it look like it's the first time.
Yeah.
And so you're getting in one another's face a lot. So yeah, you better have some fresh breath.
Right. I can tell. Oh wait, no, last question for real. What about when someone shows up to work, you got this scene, everything's coming, and the person's like hungover?
You know what? Unfortunately, wow, it's so funny that you say that. I've worked in projects before where the talent has come in drunk, and it's disheartening. There are certain people that can make that still work. Sometimes what they'll do is
was one.
Yeah.
I mean, Dean Martin, but they played they wrote it into the act.
Yeah, exactly right. And that was, they're so big, huge stars that they let them do pretty much whatever they want to do in front of the cameras. And it's at first it's kind of disheartening because it can just completely change the course of what you're doing.
Yeah.
But then I've also had the other situation where in a weird way it's brought out the best in that person's performance for that moment.
She should have been drunk 20 years ago. That's so funny. John, I just love you. We love your work. The movie, Bouncer, it's coming. You wait on it in about a couple months. How about this? Will you promise to come back when the movie's out so we can build the trailer and get some support in real time behind it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Are you saying goodbye to me?
It's our time. Now it's time to say goodbye to all our company. JOHNOZUNA.
That was good.
Thank you.
I love that.
I almost went with the Carol Burnett show theme though, right there, but my ADH went over there. I'm so glad we had this time together.
That's perfect.
Just to have a laugh, or sing a song, tra la la la. So anyway, John, it is a pleasure always. I love your work. I told him earlier, y'all know I mean it. I was like, yep. I'm gonna suck up to that guy because I already know. I'm trying to get to the after party at the Oscars because I know him. I don't care if I got to, I just go to the after party. John, I can't wait to see what's next for you.
Thank you.
You're an anointed soul. You really are.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you're too kind, Lord.
Yeah, and thank you for what you do with the kids and the school and all the things you do when no one's watching. I know about it because I've heard the downloads, and It's nothing short of wonderful. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for what you do too, Lauren, because you're amazing. You know, I really wanted to have this opportunity again. I really did. I mean, I thought, you know, if I can get a chance to be on your show again, that made my year.
Oh, thank you so much. You guys, don't forget the movie The Bouncer coming soon, but go over, get on YouTube, check out some of the trailers from some of John's other work. You can rent them, you can pull them up, you can have him reenact it when you see him in person. I don't know, but just check him out. He's a good guy for a lot of reasons, as you saw today. Listen, come back tomorrow. I don't have a clue who's here. Probably haven't even booked anybody. I'm so busy with Parawe. We want to see you guys there. John, your t-shirt is on the way.
Great.
God bless you and bless all of you. Get out.
Take care.
Yes.
You guys have a great one.
Thank you, John. You guys get out there and be what you want to see in the world. Bye-bye.
Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby? Show me your soul. And honey, I'll show you mine. I'll show you mine. Oh, I'm standing right here holding up a sign.